Hi everyone, welcome back on my channel. I'm Nicolette here, and today we're gonna build again. It is going to be a synagogue today. The inspiration of this synagogue build is the Hurva Synagogue in Jerusalem. It was quite challenging because now we are getting on to the point of curved details, but I am hoping you're gonna like it how it turned out. It took me a while until I worked out, like you're gonna see just in here when I'm trying to build the top of the building. It was challenging, but in the end I was quite happy of how it turned out. So yeah, just glad to have you around and watch along till the end for the short walk through. So here you're gonna see that I'm working on
5 minutes later.
It could have been 10 or 15, but I've managed to size it up. So yeah, here we go guys. Now we are our building is shaping form. I'm quite happy how it's gone. Obviously I could have not built like a fully curved top. You see that I was trying in and out, pulling it out because it was just not wide enough, and then because I was only working from a couple of photos, sometimes I even lost the direction of the building. You're gonna see that I had to move stairs around. But anyway, if you do like my videos, please, like this one especially, hit a like button, and if you wanted to stay around and follow me on my journey, hit the subscribe button. I promise it is free of charge. Alright guys, so back on it. So I've tried to fence up the top part because I wanted my Sims to be able to go up on the stairs to visit the building upstairs as well. But I really needed a fence, a black one, a rough iron one, and then I've added this fence, but in the end I've decided that it's just tiny, so change it onto a bigger one. And more or less the building shaped form by this time. I just had to figure out how to get them upstairs and downstairs. Now it was a struggle to get the stairs in. I think I might have cut out like at least a good 15 minutes while I was figuring it out. And the other part, which one was challenging, is on the side of the building they had like curved lines, and I had to go in with a roof to try to build it. Now I could have just added here the 2 million I can't speak today, 2 million year later option, because it took me a while, literally a while, to figure out how to add it in. I would have loved to pull it out, but I just could not, because then the wall was moving. So again I had to extend my synagogue around. And then when everything was done and I had no chance of changing the whole building, I realized that I should have put it on like an elevated position. So what I've done, terrain tools, and now it's on an elevated position. I know I could have pulled up the basement, but it wouldn't have been right, because I had to build stairs anyway to look it neat and tidy. So I think that was the best I could have done with it. And now just finishing up the other side, and you're gonna have a great laugh, but that stairs will change and then they will be gone, and there will be different stairs. So it wasn't a really big challenge to build it, but to make it look nice, that was challenging, to be honest. But again, I am quite happy how the whole build turned out. So I don't mind the challenges, though. If it's just like a square shape, then it's obviously it is boring for you as well to watch, for me to build as well. And yeah, so on here I was trying to figure out, just following the photos, how this building actually looks like. And obviously it looks a lot better when it has neighbor neighboring building, like these ancient stone built building, because that synagogue is quite a new built one, but the other ones just did not look like any certain way. They are just building, and then inside it's a synagogue, which there is nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong, but because of the video purpose, I had to pick something, which one was a bit special, which one was a delicate building, and you can tell that, yeah, it's something there. Now in here, I wish I would have a fence which is just going up. Actually, how it would have looked like, should have looked like, is that this wall go down next to the stairs, which I could have added fences, but it wouldn't have looked the same way, so I've decided to just go down with the half walls, and it is more or less copying the idea. But once I've finished up with this staircase, I have realized that it's on the wrong side of the synagogue, so let's move it onto the one of the sides of the synagogue, and then I've decided that I'm gonna copy paste it on the other side as well, allowing 2 entrances and exits. But when I started to decorate the interior, I have figured out that that's not right either. So stairs are gone from the end, how I predicted, and then now these stairs on the other side. But I have realized that actually inside I did not wanted random doors, so I wanted them to be hid behind the wall, so that made me to change the whole thing all the way around again. Now on here on the back, where you had the big stairs, I figured that there are no doors at all to enter the building. So what I've done instead, I've just done an area where you can sit down or where you can stand and chat, but there are no entrances. The entrance is just hid on the side. Also, I thought like there is no point of adding huge entrances, because it wouldn't be really safe. So just like on temples sometimes, like even on Christian temples, if you go to the main door that probably would be locked, like the big one, and then you're just gonna find a side way to enter. I don't know why they do it, but they do it, and that's what I went. That was my idea. But now you can see that inside they are not right across to each other, but they are on the other end of the synagogue. So I had to change that part. And on here I've as I said, I cut out a half an hour worth of stair placing, because obviously I had to have a little tiny space to walk out onto the roof area, but I did not want it to take away from the dome area of the synagogue. And on here I'm trying to add these curved lines, and there was no other way of adding it in, just I could have enlarged the door, but then it left like a weird door hole on it. That reminds me, I think it is already uploaded on my my gallery, and I always leave my gallery ID under the video, so you can look it up, but make sure you do use BB Move objects, because otherwise it's just not gonna work. You're gonna have doors in random places. But in here, yeah, it just did leave a hole, so I still had to figure out what to do with it, but I moved now the door, so in the main area there is nothing. And door-wise, also what I just remembered, I have game tested the version which I've uploaded on the gallery, and apparently later on I'm gonna add a toilet and a computer room. The computer room is only being added because I set this plot as a library, and then you had to add computers. But apparently computers and like traditional Jews are not really going next to each other. So yeah, whatever, it is Sims, so I had to do it. but the doors are not working at all. I tried to rebuild, like there was nothing blocking the doors, but still my Sims could not go to the loo. So if you decide to download this synagogue, then just be prepared. The loos are not working. I'm not sure why. You might can fix it, or it might is my game, because my game lately glitching quite a bit. I think I've had a little bit overboarded with the CC, so I might well need to delete a few things off my computer, but hey. So in here we are already in the interior, and I had to add this middle section. I'm not quite sure how it is called, but I believe they are keeping the Torah there. They're sort of like all the Torah obviously has all the Jewish laws and everything written down, and how they supposed to pray, live, etc. So those rolls of papers, they are kept in the middle, I think. And also in the, I'm adding one into this little area, which one was created by the door case. That's not a case of synagogues. They don't really have any hidden compartments like that. It's again Sims. I had no other way around to do it, so it felt just right to hit a Torah in there. But yeah, that's what it is. And then obviously I've added lots of benches to allow everyone to sit down and study or pray. And I'm adding tiny desks as well, because there are lots of, like, as I said, I always watch documentaries and I always try to learn as much as possible. And with all the documentaries which I watched lately, all the Hasidic Jewishes, they would sit in these areas, but I believe like not just them, but like how they call it, ultra-Orthodox Jews as well. They would sit in the synagogue and they would read the Torah day by day to learn all the laws and to learn more and more of the Torah. So they do have desks, and they are, that's what they are spending their days with. They are sitting there and learning it. So that's why I've incorporated in quite a bit of desks. And then I found I downloaded a few bits for churches. That was the only CC which I found, is like church CC. And then I had little like prayer Bible holder. But these guys, or actually it could be that it's yeah, no, this is from the CC church, church CC. That's what I meant. And they work really well. Like they could be the Torah key holder as well. So it was perfect for this occasion. And then at the back, I've decided to add a little more of this. Not just the school feeling, but it's not actually the school feeling, but I wanted to have a place where the rabbi could sit and can talk with all the Jews around. So I've added a little kitchen, because obviously it is important, like if everyone is coming around, or there is a wedding or anything in the area, then I guess it is important to have some sort of space to eat, and it just felt right. And then the rabbi's office, obviously I've added lots and lots of bookcases, because he needs to learn, he needs to study, and he needs to give advices of life, etc. So I do believe that they would actually just have like books and books and books on the top of the books. And this tiny like working space where they can sit down and have a chat of life and etc. So it is again not overly cluttered, because from all the photos of synagogues there are not a lot of clutter in, but I was trying to add everything usable. So I'm hoping that you're gonna enjoy it. Obviously, like I've got a feedback on Facebook that I don't use a lot of clutter. Now I'm trying to add, like, check, and if you watch it, I'm trying to add at least books and etc. But again, this is such a build where I could not really clutter with everything else other than books, books, books. And in front of the synagogue, I've checked, like, that's a quite modern add-on, and I think it does not exist for a long, but they do have this like statue candle in front of the synagogue. So that's it, guys, for today. I'm really hoping that you enjoy it. It's again something new and something different, and I'm glad if you made it until here to the end. Have fun today. Bye.